All right, finally back in my shop. I got a couple of things I'm going to do before I get to whittling on the nessmuk, and I like how it came out. It's going to look real nice. I got a pressure washer extension, about probably right at 5 feet of extension, counting that and this. But the thing is, what they sent me won't plug into my pressure washer wand. So I have to unscrew this, and I had to order these and screw this on. I've got some pipe dope, but to get this off, I'm going to have to heat it up really hot. So let me see if I can do that and get that unscrewed and get the new one on, and then get my new family member. I got a oscillating spindle sander, Harbor Freight, cheap one, because I think it's going to help me shape my handles and to smooth up a part that's always been very difficult to not only get something small enough into, but to keep it square. And that's part of the problem, keeping it square. So this is probably going to help me. And anyway, you can never have too much sanding stuff. All right, let me get to this and then set that up, and then start working on that. I got today and tomorrow to do that. All right, I got it off. I dunked it in the water, but still, it might be hot. I know this is still hot. I'll tell you what, Harbor Freight makes cheap crap. I hear some people refer to it as horror freight. But when you only need something once in a while, like a heat gun, I gave $10 for that. And I've used it actually more than I thought I would. I've bent PVC with it, and, I've heated up a lot of things. Anyway, it worked perfect for this. It has adhesive on that, and it was, super. You couldn't budge it with pipe wrenches and vice grips. It wouldn't budge. So I heated it up 1,500 degrees. That's how hot this thing gets, and it came right off. So let me get some pipe dope on there, get this new thing threaded on. I hope that's the same thread. Yeah, same threads. Good deal. All right, be right back. Well, that adhesive sealer that was on there has hardened up, and now I can only get a couple of turns on that. So I'm going to heat it back up and see if I can get this thing to, I don't think it'll seat, but I think I can screw it at least a few more threads. All right, I got that end on, and I went ahead and put some pipe dope at this joint, even though it had a rubber O-ring on it. And that is a quick connect there, and I have not found them to be very prone to leaking. And then there's a quick connect for the nozzle on that end. So I'm ready to start pressure washing at much higher heights. Bev's, you can't see it from here. Bev's RV carport is covered in mold and everything. I'm going to try to get that all pretty and cleaned up. And then vinyl siding and mobile homes are just a decoy, an attractant to mildew for some reason. And every 2 or 3 years you got to pressure wash your house, all the mildew. Otherwise it looks trailer trashy. All right, let me get this new oscillating drum sander, spindle sander set up, and then I can get to work on that knife. All right, let's get started. All right. That is as far as I take it by machine. And hold on, let me turn this light on here. And now I put it on there, and the rest is done by hand. I do have to get my die grinder out and smooth this out here because I got a couple of ridges in there. And the only way to do it is with that die grinder right there. So let me get that done, and then I'm going to get the hand sanded. Alright, I got that cleaned up. I got all the grind marks out of the metal. And the reason I have to do it with the die grinder is because the wood sandpaper that I use will not sand the grinding marks out of the steel. So I got 2 hours to sand before the cable guy gets here to give me my internet back. Let me get to work. Alright, I've sanded it down to 400, and I got the first coat of True Oil on there. And I'm going to try something different than what I have been ever since I've used True Oil. I've done it one way, and I'm going to try this another way. What I've done is put a pretty thick coat on, and I'm going to let it dry really hard, and then I'm going to come back and I'm going to buff it down with some 400, and I'm going to do that 2 or 3 times. What I'm trying to do is fill all these little pores up with True Oil and then sand it smooth. And I think my problem is I put too many coats on. And I put a lot of coats on because I'm trying to get the pores filled up. And I've read other people using True Oil, and that's how they do it, and with more success than what I'm having. So let me turn this a little bit. Oh, come on, stay in there. Don't you fall. Don't you fall. I know where you live. All right, so it's about time to go up there to wait on the cable guy. It took me a couple hours, good couple hours of sanding to get this to this degree. I'll tell you, this is my absolute favorite part of making a knife is the handle. Sanding the grind lines out, it is, when I say labor intensive, that's not even a good description of the amount of work that goes into it. Here's the Damascus dinner skinner, the Damascus that Ricky gave me, and I've got it sanded down to 180. That's a real good start right there. I've got the Cadillacs with a curly maple liner. I've got True Oil on the nose. I'm probably going to put a second coat just so I don't have to get near the metal with the True Oil later. And when this dries, I'm going to be sanding it down. I'm going to try it 2 or 3 times, and we'll see how it looks with the 4th coat dried and not sanded. And if it looks good, I may go 2 or 3 coats. We'll see. I'm experimenting. And the worst case scenario is I sand it all back down to bare wood and go back to my old method. There's plenty of handle left. Holy crap. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Although my upload speed has slowed down just 1 megabyte, but I'm okay with that. So, all right, that's the 2nd coat, and I'm going to sand that smooth. Okay. It's in the afternoon. The cable guys left And you know, we get charged $70 if they find out it's something beyond their box, because I don't know why. It's because they can, I guess. Anyway, the guy was a nice guy. I showed him some of my knives, and I told him what I wanted to do down here was live stream, and then I couldn't because my speed was so slow, and I had an extender over there that didn't seem to really help much. And he told me what my friend Daryl at Two Family Homestead told me, that I could run a Cat 6 cable over here from that modem, Wi-Fi modem, and then plug another Wi-Fi modem out here. And it had more than enough speed to handle that distance, so that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to have Wi-Fi out here, because what I want to do is just set the camera up, live stream, and just let it go while I'm making knives, you know. And, you know, it might go 7 or 8 hours. You might even catch me taking a nap. Because I do put my feet up on this and, you know, catch me 40 winks now and then. Usually I have my dog here in my lap, but he's outside chasing squirrels right now. Alrighty, I tell you what, I may just call it a day. I'll see how I feel. I'm going to stop a minute and see how I feel. Today's Saturday. I may take this with me tonight and do some more sanding and some true oil tonight in my house, in my man cave. Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. So I gotta rub this up to about, probably 600. I'm really happy with how far I got it now, because that was a lot of work. 180 is what I got it up to now. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take a break, and then I'm going to take that out of the knife vise and put this in and take it up to 220, and then see how I feel. Alright, I have that sanded up to 400. You can just start kind of seeing the Damascus peek through. See the waves? That's going to look really, really nice. It is too hot. It's like, 98, 99 with a heat index well into the hundreds. So my next step is to heat treat this, and then come back in here and temper it, and then sand it all down clean again like it is now. And then I have to dip it in acid, ferric chloride acid. That is the step I've never done before, and that's what you do with Damascus. So I cannot wait to see what this looks like, all cleaned up and dipped. And I may actually get to gluing some handles on this tomorrow. Where are the handles? Here they are. So I'm going to take this knife in with me tonight, and in 3 or 4 hours I'll sand it down and put another coat of true oil on that, and we'll be doing that tonight. So see you tomorrow, Sunday.